all these people out here. You know, it's the easiest thing in the world to give up. Literally takes no effort. Everybody knows that. And then you see people that choose to continue to persevere. They come from other countries, come from all over the world, and they make light of, and they're even so happy and thankful for the situations that many people are ungrateful for and complain about. It's all perspective. Whole thing is perspective. It'd be good when the bike mirror comes in. It's all perspective. Suffering is a choice. I don't care who you are. Nobody wants to hear it, but everybody wants to have the freedom of what that represents. So you have to do the work to accept that. And my nerves are firing off. There's like fireworks in my system. And I'm out here not complaining. Simple as that. I even took the long way. I'm not going on the highway though. You can do whatever you want, including complain until there's no more opportunity. You have so much freedom. You're so free. You can complain for no reason and make the worst of any situation. Literally do whatever you want. It's up to you. You just have to accept that it's up to you. So that's the whole point. And if you don't, the likelihood of things changing in your favor shrink the more you don't accept that you're in control. And it's the nature of the realm. That's why people call it a soul trap or hell. The more you allow it to do what it wants to do, the less you are. So it takes your power away by default. It's the default. It's to pull your energy away and use it for something else. People that have the most power, they just capitalized on that. They just made use of a system that inherently negates what's naturally there. That's it. And in doing so, they have to leave everything out in the open. Can't hide it, not allowed. They can tell you to ignore it. They can feed you BS all the time. And guess what? You don't have to believe it. You do whatever you want. You believe it. It's what you want. Doesn't matter if you don't know it. Ignorance is no excuse. Not of law, of cosmic law, universal law. Meaning, if you truly didn't understand something was harming you, and it's still gonna harm you. Now, if you know that others say something should be harmful, and you look at it and go, I can handle that, and the inverse is possible. And you can sit there and take something that hurts others. No, I'm really going the wrong way. It's quieter though. And you get a nice seat. You can take something that hurts and use it to become stronger. You know, while others take something that hurts and uses it to become, or they use it to become weaker. It's all perspective. What is it really? It's a mirror. It's nothing. It's clear. It's nothing without your perspective added to it to make it what it is. You can technically say there's something there. There's some essence, some definition, maybe even someone, but the same sense, I'm going in circles. You can just say whatever it is that you see is actually what you brought to the table and therefore what you made it to be. Never in circles. Let's make a loop. And so hello duckies. Sorry, I'm scaring the ducks now. We give them some food if I had some. And that's not good either. I want to take a picture of them, but apparently that's not going to work. I don't know what I'm doing. This is what happens when you have a loose mind and a stiff shoulder. That guy's speeding. And I'm going to get honked at any moment here. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. These roads are not bike friendly. I made it though. The whole point I'm trying to depict here in this literally almost cartoonish fashion of riding around this town with a heavy backpack, stiff shoulder, firm seat. Even got hot today finally. It's not going to be for long. Is that you can do what you want to do with the suffering that you have or you perceive, and in reality nothing is or isn't. It's simply your perspective that's adding to this universe to make it what it is. It doesn't have to be that for others. And in the same sense, you can choose to use what you perceive to be suffering to make yourself stronger. And you can choose to use the resistance that you feel as a catalyst to overcome, to teach yourself, and to overgrow. And it's really just restoring your original capacity. Whether that's healing, or knowing yourself, or feeling. It's an original capacity. It's really fun, you know? And at the same time, it's just what it is. It's fun and sad, it's happy, it's up and down, it's all over. It's everything. Excuse me. You're good. And you can just do whatever you want. It's nobody's fault. It's nobody's problem. Unless you make it. If you don't want that, you know, or if you don't believe that, and you feel that there's really a problem, well then you just made the problem. You just invented it. No, but there's a real situation, we gotta change things. Change it. Do it. Go ahead. No, it's a problem. We gotta do stuff. Well, now it's a problem. Doesn't mean there's no such thing as suffering. It means the answer's a lot easier than anyone was making it out to be before. It's an illusion. Doesn't mean it's not real. It means what we think is one thing is actually being generated out of our own perception. Oh, it was just about to crash into me. And so everything is actually like that, whether it's good and you feel that you've gained, and from that gain, by leaving this place, you might lose. Not real. It's perspective that shifts, and the sensation is a perception. It's a creation through your perceptual system, and through the hijacking of that perceptual system, we get this kind of overlay, which is 100%, if you will, castrated from what it originally was, which is something closer to total freedom, where everyone simply knew that it was up to them to do whatever they were going to do. Nothing happened to anyone, everyone did it. And it was a continual journey for that reason. And so, yeah, it's a little loud now. But in that sense, what we gain is an illusion. Well, it means what we lose is an illusion. Nothing is ever really lost. So you got to think about that. That's the paradox. What does that mean? Is that a good thing? Nothing's lost. Okay, but nothing's ever actually gained. So then, it's a bad thing, right? Compared to what? To nothing else that you know of as life? It just means it's neutral. And whatever you feel is what you apply to it. So literally like looking at a blank canvas and pulling out the images that you see. Like a magic eye image of a multi-dimensional nature. It's literally whatever you see. And, knowing that brings strength. It's good. Brings strength, and because nobody can take that away from you once you know that. It's not possible. They can try, but if you know what they're doing, it's going to be more fun for you than it is for them, because they see it as a business. You gotta take that person's happiness away. My reputation as a happiness stealer and a truth teller and a whatever, like a businessman for this corporatocracy of emotion and personal egoistic deceit. Now it's their business. But if you resist that, they have no power. And the point is, you don't resist by doing anything. You resist by seeing through it all. It's a joke. It's an illusion. They're looking at you like you're gaining. I gotta take that down. And you gotta look at them like, I can't gain any more than you can. It's a neutral zone. We can't do anything. Both of us are in the same spot. And it's beautiful. And if you look at it like that, it's neutral. They can't do anything to you. You can't do anything to them. Although, because they're putting their cards, their chips, their benefit in illusion, they're putting their imaginary benefit there. Alright, that's when you can give them the truth and they'll feel persecuted. It's all good. They learn regardless. You don't have to. The whole point of that is you don't have to force anything on anyone, because that's a war, because the other person invented it in their head. So all you do is offer the truth and you let them decide from there. And you try not to cause wars, because those who want to have those wars, they'll have them either way, whether you're there or not. The whole world is their battleground at that point. And the whole point that I've learned, that I say, you want to go that way? You want to go with the hunty grunty, huffing puffing, gruffing McGruff shit? Well, that's the big boys. You can't beat them. They're going to wear you down over 10 years, 30 years, and take all your shit and make you hate life because you thought it was smart to F with people because you feel you have the right to do that. Not you, but you know what I mean. That type of individual. And I tell people that. You want that game? Sign here. Not my sheet. I'll point them to the guy that can do that. And they're either gonna join in that darkness or that shit's gonna eat them alive. Nobody survives without being eaten alive. Because the whole point is, that's the purpose of it. To allow your soul to be eaten to gain that power. Nobody wants that. It's a fool's game. But they can have it. If that's what they think they want. The whole point is they can fight their own shadow. It ain't me. But that's the whole point. If you can point that out, if you can accept that, if that's what others might want to do, they might want to project that onto you, and you realize you're impervious because neither of us can go anywhere in that sense, then it's a joke. It's a dream. And for them, it's their business, and they take that very seriously. And that's the real problem. It's not the wars, pollution, poisons, it's the core of why we're allowing that, which is mental suffering, mental imprisonment. You know, people mentally unable to face their own BS, and thank you. And a lot of people waiting. It's funny. And that's who they're fighting. They're fighting. No shocks. They're fighting themselves. That's what I'm trying to say here. They can't fight you. That battle doesn't exist unless you put the mask on and the headgear and the gloves and get in the ring. And they're like, one corner me, other corner some imaginary fellow, and you jump in the ring. If you don't jump in the ring, what are they gonna do? They can't do anything. Don't believe it. It's an illusion. And all the media, all that, the political stuff, is to get you to sign up for the other guy on the other side of the ring and have this imaginary boxing match with this imaginary battle of these imaginary archetypes that are designed carefully over thousands of years to hit on every different aspect of the personality of the human collective of the population. So that in one aspect, the media, politics, ecology, whatever it is, whatever your niche is, it's going to make you want to fight, want to stand up, want to change something in this physical world to end suffering, when suffering is really in the mind. And that's the game. As soon as they get somebody external, through whatever game it is, then that person is no longer focused on the cure or the core. They're focused on the results, the symptoms. And that's just a perpetual balancing act, a game of putting band-aid after band-aid over the same leaking wound and expecting something different to happen. It doesn't work that way. Again, you go to the core, you don't stop the degradation of the entire world. They're going to do that anyway. Little hint. What you do is you become so strong that you can regenerate faster than they can take you down. We're going to do a video on that. We'll see. Yeah, I'm going to stop rambling now. We'll see. Alright, thank you.